HbA1c explained. Picture the scene. You get a blood test, and among the results is one line that everyone seems to care about: HbA1c. Maybe your doctor frowned at it or smiled. Maybe it just sat there, a number and a percent sign, quietly deciding things about your life. In a country with one of the largest diabetes burdens on Earth, and millions more who don't yet know their sugar is creeping up, this is perhaps the single most important number on the page. So let us understand it calmly and completely. No fear, just the why. So what is HbA1c really? Here is the heart of it. A fasting sugar test is a snapshot, your blood sugar at one single moment on one particular morning. HbA1c is something far cleverer. It is an average of your blood sugar over roughly the past 3 months, which means it cannot be fooled. You can be very good for the 2 days before your test and skip every sweet and it will barely move. It is less a photograph and more a report card your body has been quietly keeping every hour for 3 months. How does a single number remember 3 months? Beautifully simply. Your red blood cells carry a protein called HbA1c, and whenever sugar floats past in your blood, a little of it sticks to that HbA1c and stays stuck. The more sugar there is in your blood, the more of your cells get coated. And because a red cell lives for about 120 days, that coating builds up over its whole life. HbA1c just measures how sugar-coated your red cells are. The sticking is slow, steady, and it cannot be undone, which is exactly why it makes such an honest average. One gentle consequence of this: the most recent few weeks count the most, and because the coating takes time to build or fade, a real change in your habits takes about 2 to 3 weeks before it even begins to show. This is a patient number. It rewards the steady season, not the frantic week before the test. This is why doctors reach for it so often. It needs no fasting, so you can do it any time of day with a meal inside you. It hands you one tidy number for your whole quarter, instead of a different reading every morning. And one good day simply cannot hide a difficult 3 months. But that same strength hides a catch we will come back to. Because it is an average, it cannot show you a single dangerous high or a single dangerous low. It is brilliant for the big picture and blind to the day. So what counts as high? The numbers are worth knowing. Below 5.7% is considered normal. From 5.7 to 6.4 is prediabetes, that crucial warning stage. And 6.5% or higher sits in the diabetes range. One raised reading is usually confirmed, with a repeat before anyone is labeled. And if you already live with diabetes, the goal your doctor sets is often somewhere around 7%, but please hear this. That target is personal, not a single magic number for everyone. Your lab will often print the percentage as an estimated average sugar in milligrams too, so the two speak the same language. To give you a feel for it, a 7% works out to an average sugar of roughly 154, and 8% closer to 183. Each whole point higher is a meaningfully higher average, all day, every day. And here is why this matters so much for us. India is living through a remarkably young diabetes epidemic. We carry one of the largest burdens in the world. It often strikes at a younger age and at a lower body weight than in the West. And millions more sit in that prediabetes warning stage without knowing it. That is the whole point of testing. Prediabetes is the window where things can still be turned around. Which is why screening is worth starting from around the age of 30 here, and earlier if diabetes runs in your family. But now the asterisk, and for India it is a big one. HbA1c can sometimes mislead. Remember, it depends entirely on your red cells, so anything that changes them changes the number. Iron deficiency anemia, which is extremely common here, can push your HbA1c falsely high. Recent blood loss, a recent transfusion, or pregnancy can pull it falsely low. And thalassaemia and other inherited HbA1c traits, also common across India, can make the results simply unreliable. All of these are everyday here, which is exactly why your HbA1c is best read alongside a simple blood count, never entirely alone. Picture someone with thalassaemia trait whose true sugars are genuinely in the diabetic range, yet whose HbA1c reads in the normal band, quietly falsely reassuring. If your HbA1c and a direct sugar reading ever strongly disagree, that mismatch is not noise. It is a clue, and a good doctor will go looking for one of these reasons. It also helps to remember that HbA1c is not the only sugar test, just the most convenient. There is the fasting glucose, a single reading after an overnight fast. There is the glucose tolerance test, where you drink a measured sugary solution and your response is tracked. And there is continuous monitoring, a small sensor that shows your sugar through the whole day and how much of it stays in a healthy range. These tests are partners, not rivals. And in one important case, pregnancy, doctors deliberately use the glucose drink test, not HbA1c, to check for diabetes. Which brings us to that catch inside every average. Imagine two people with the exact same HbA1c, say 6.8. The first has gentle, steady sugars all quarter long. The second is riding high spikes and frightening lows that simply average out to the same number. Same result on paper, very different bodies and very different days. That is precisely why home glucose checks or a sensor can matter alongside it. The average is honest about the big picture, but it can never see the roller coaster underneath. And that is the heart of this channel, no fear, just the why. Your HbA1c is not a verdict on your willpower or a grade on your character. It is a calm 3-month average. A single, understandable number that tells you something true about the last season of your life, and very often one you can gently move. So how do you move it? With the very same levers that protect the rest of you. What is on your plate matters most. Fewer refined carbohydrates and sugary drinks, more fiber and protein. A little weight loss, if you carry extra, helps a great deal. So does daily movement, even a short walk after meals. And for many people, medicines taken faithfully do real work. But one warning matters enormously: lower is not always better. Chasing too low a number, especially in older adults, can cause dangerous low-sugar episodes. The right target is the sensible one you and your doctor set together, not the smallest possible. So who should actually check it and how often? In India, it is worth screening from around the age of 30, and earlier if you have a family history, a larger waist, polycystic ovaries, or high blood pressure. If you already have diabetes, it is usually checked every 3 to 6 months to see how the season has gone. It needs no fasting, it is widely available, and it is inexpensive. For most of us, it is simply the easiest first honest look at our sugar. So before you either panic at a number or chase it too hard, hold on to this. One reading is rarely the whole story. A high one is usually confirmed, not acted on alone. Never start, stop, or change a diabetes medicine because of a video. Lower is not automatically safer, so watch for the warning signs of a low. And if your result lands in prediabetes, please do not read it as a sentence. Read it as a warning you caught early, one that is very often reversible. So the honest takeaway: HbA1c is your average blood sugar over about 3 months. No fasting needed and wonderfully hard to fool. Below 5.7 is normal, 5.7 to 6.4 is prediabetes, and 6.5 and above points to diabetes. But it can mislead when your red cells are not normal, as with anemia or thalassaemia. It hides the daily highs and lows, and your target is personal because lower is not always better. Want all of this on one clear page, with the numbers and the cautions? Comment the word honest, and we will send you our free cheat sheet. If this turned one more frightening number into something you actually understand, that is exactly why we are here. Subscribe and share it with someone who is watching their sugar or afraid to. Well, we make health make sense. One last important note. This is general information, not medical advice. It cannot interpret your own report or set the right target for you. Only your doctor, who knows your full story, can do that. Please do not start, stop, or change any diabetes medicine based on a video. And if you ever feel shaky, sweaty, confused, or unwell from a possible low sugar, treat it and seek care promptly.